with Angela Yee, and guess who's back in the house? It's Armand Wiggins.
Yes, guess who's back? Guess who's back? I'm here.
So I know you were in court yesterday, just watching these, getting ready for these closing arguments and everything.
Yes, I was in court, chasing my Z's, to be honest with you. It was a pretty boring day in there
this Diddy trial, but we're going to get to that later. We got Jello Ball joining us today. He just made the freshman XXL list. Got to talk about that. Also, in stores, on your TVs today, Nelly and Ashanti, We Belong Together. Their Peacock show debuts today, right now, on Peacock. So we're going to be talking to them about, how they got here.
Yeah.
They're like the quintessential spin the block couple.
I love that, and they're so cute together.
And he has a song called Spin the Block out right now. It's a country song.
Okay, period.
About spinning the block. Second time around. All right, well, let's get the show started with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you would like to shine a light on. It's way up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with Armand Wiggins, my guest host today. And Armand, who would you like to shine a light on?
Yes, Angela, I want to shine a light on all the content creators in the media here, getting up every single day, standing in the hot sun, the rain, covering this Diddy trial, breaking the news to all of us and everyone over the world.
Things are winding down. It was like a little family.
Yeah. It was like a family. We've had drama. We got fights. We went out. We partied. It got emotional. It feels like, school's ending soon. And I'm going to be sad when everything is done.
I feel like you got attacked.
Oh, God, I got attacked many times. And I've also cursed some people out, too. So,
Why you, right? Why are they messing with you?
I don't know. When you got it, you got it.
I wonder how Diddy's going to feel about you, if he's ever going to try to reach out. Have his people ever reached out? Like...
You know what? I feel like they know who I am, but they just don't speak. Some of them speak. Sometimes they waved, and sometimes they don't. But I feel like I've been in the middle for the most part.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a good shine of light. Now, Tezra, who do you want to shine a light on?
Honey, I want to shine a light on me.
Okay. I'm not mad at it.
October 3rd, 2019, my colon ruptured.
Whoa.
I became sepsis.
Oh, my gosh.
Dr. Chang from St. Trinity Health, she saved my life. So when it was all said and done, I woke up with minus 3 feet of my large intestine.
Oh, my goodness.
And an ileostomy bag sitting on my stomach. And I'm a social worker. I got my undergrad in 2001 from the University of Kentucky. And I got my master's in 2014. Girl with a 3.91 as a single mother.
I know, that's right. Let's shine a light on you, baby.
Period, from Eastern Michigan University.
Okay, I'd love to see it.
I had an ileostomy bag from October 3rd, 2019 until January 10th of 2020, honey, when the Lord deemed me healed from the inside out. I got what's called a reconnect.
We definitely got to shine a light on you. You've been through a lot, but you are thriving, and we love to see that to show what is possible. I love that you called up here to shine a light on you. Your doctor who did all this for you, too.
Yes. Trinity Health.
Trinity Health. Well, thank you.
Shout out.
Thank you so much for calling. We love you.
Love you more. Bye.
Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150, in case you couldn't get through. And Armand, I love talking about money and being in the pockets. Well, Cameron just got a deal, and it's a nice one, to write his memoir. We'll talk about it. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the room.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Armand Wiggins.
What
We
up?
back again.
Yes.
Let's get into this Yee tea. So Cameron's getting $750,000 to write his memoir.
Wow.
From Simon & Schuster. Shout out to that man.
Shout out to Cameron. He's a legend, okay?
I cannot lie. I do want to see what's in this memoir.
Absolutely.
Because he's a pretty funny person.
I was just going to say that I think that he's funny, he's entertaining, and I want to know all the details about the pink.
Oh, yeah, when he was wearing the pink and that pink fur, and that went crazy for him. In addition to that, he's got his multi-million-dollar deal with Revolt for his show Talk with Flea. And then obviously he has his show with Mace as well. That's been named one of the top sports podcasts. It is what it is. So shout out to him. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think that's dope. I mean, he's been one of those people that's been able to evolve with the times and still stay relevant. And like you said, Cameron's super funny. So.
Well, he said the book is hopefully going to be out February of 2026.
I'm down. We should read it.
All right, now another duo that was has been making waves with podcasts is Joe and Jada, right? But now Fat Joe has these allegations against him, and he has put out a statement responding. He said, "I've been tested the last few months. I've lost my big brother, my father, my mother, and now I'm fighting against these disgusting lies." He said, "I've had individuals in my circle take my love and kindness for weakness, but how many times must we forgive them? I've had people steal from me, grow jealous of me, lie on me. Through it all, me and my family are the ones stuck dealing with the consequences of their bad decisions." So he said that people will threaten you with a lawsuit. They'll make up insane stories. They think that you'll just pay them, and then they'll feel like they won.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like I don't believe all of this stuff. Because I think now we're at a time where you just throw sexual allegations on a person just because you're upset. And, people believe it, and they seen what happened with Cassie. She got that payout, and people are like, all right, I'm going to pay out too.
Right. So, and you can read this full complaint that was filed. It's 157 pages that his former hype man has against him, which is what he's referencing. I can't imagine how hard it must be to have to deal with allegations. You know what else is annoying? Because when things like this get posted, when he posted it, I do look at what people say in the comments.
Yeah.
And just the fact that he said, "I've been tested," he said, "I've lost my big brother, my father, my mother," people will be like, "Oh, he lying because he's..." What? Like, it's going to the internet for sympathy is probably one of the worst things. But that's just how he started it. Then the rest of it is just kind of, sometimes it's like, do I say something? Do I not say something? So clearly putting out this statement was something that's not easy. It took him a few days to finally be like,
and I just think it's unfortunate because we always want to believe that the person is guilty right away. It's like that's the first thing we do. And a lot of people even did that with the Diddy situation. And now they're all reneging like, no, he's innocent, and they just wanted money. So I don't know why we always jump the gun to just assume and believe that this person is always a predator just because they're famous or rich.
All right. And, it hurts for people who actually, a lot of women won't come forward because I will say, the opposite is also true. I find that a lot of times women do say things and people automatically don't believe them because they don't believe someone they love could do something like that.
Touche.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back about last night, I want to hear what was going on last night, Armand, when you guys were at the courthouse. What was happening? I read about it on TMZ, but I need to hear it from you.
All right, we're going to get into it.
It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, starring Armand Wiggins.
Yo, yo, yo.
And what did you do last night?
Angela, I went to sleep.
It wasn't today's not as hot. Yesterday was hot. I know you were having air conditioner problems.
Oh my God, it was so hot. I was drained from that courtroom. We went to Brooklyn Chop House. I had some drinks, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to bed because I wanted to come here.
Ooh, Brooklyn Chop House.
Yes.
Well, yesterday I went out to eat. I actually went to this event at the Chef's Cellar. So it was like a special invite only. It was in the kitchen, and so Duce was hosting it, and they actually were serving us different drinks paired with what was on the menu. So the head chef for Aaliyah and Continent at the Hotel Indigo in Brooklyn and Williamsburg was there, and Aaliyah was there. And so they were basically walking us through like pairings of different food with different drinks and conversation. So it was really nice. So shout out to everybody that was there. My girl Jerry, my girl Ursula,
what was
Nick,
your favorite?
to Justin. What was my favorite? Let me see. Well, I love dessert, but I'm gonna say because there was beef and seafood on the menu, they made me a couple of special things. So they had these carrots and this type of I don't know what this sauce was, but it was like a full meal inside of I think it's banana leaf.
Okay.
Right? That sounds right? Okay. So I had that, and that was amazing. I honestly, and then the salad. This salad had like whipped goat cheese under it.
Ooh.
And then it had, they kind of like flamed these pears. Was it pears? Yeah, pears to put on. I mean, it was peaches that they put on top.
See, I've never been like a fruit and salad.
I love fruit in my salads. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite things is to put like strawberries or apples or whatever in a salad. That is my jam right there. So that was really good.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yes. So we had a good time. We had good conversation. One of the things we talked about was following your passion versus doing something that you're just good at.
Oh.
Which is a good topic.
Yeah, very good topic.
Because sometimes you got to do what you're good at to make money. People always will tell you, like, follow your passion. But what if that's not profitable? All right. Well, when we come back, Jello Ball is going to be joining us. And you know, he had the Tweaker song that went crazy. But he's got new music out. He's got an album on the way, signed a deal with Def Jam, and he's on the XXL freshman list. And he's got a song out right now featuring Glorilla, which is huge. So shout out to him. But he'll be joining us. It's Way Up.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah.
You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angie's gonna say.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Perfect timing for this interview to happen. Jello is here, a.k.a. LeAngelo Ball. Congratulations.
What's good? I appreciate it.
And welcome to the show. XXL freshman list.
Yeah, that was some hot news for me, too. I just found out.
So where were you when you found out that you were going to be on the list?
I was in L.A. when they told me, do I want to, like, try out for it or whatever? I don't know how they work that thing. But they was like, you want to do something with XXL? And I was in L.A. and I had to fly to Atlanta and go do that.
Feels like you got drafted.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Do
Now,
like freestyling and all that.
How is all of this for you, being like a star when it comes to the music business?
I feel like I belong. Like, when I came from hoops, it wasn't like a much different feeling from playing and being in front of everybody and being in the limelight.
But you know, it's interesting because when you put Tweaker out, people weren't anticipating that song to catch on the way that it would.
I wasn't anticipating it either. Like, I had that song for like a week. But yeah, it blew up. Jocked me for real.
Jello, do you still want to play basketball?
Yeah, I still play though. But yeah, I would like to play in the NBA, but I'm doing this now, so it's like...
Is this more fun, you think?
Yeah, you can be yourself in rap. There ain't no rules like that.
That's great to see that you came out the gate like that, had a huge song, were able to do festivals, got a record deal, made it to the freshman list, and you've been putting out music consistently since then. But you are supposed to have the album coming out. I heard it was pushed back?
Yeah, I pushed it back. I just felt like it needed more features on it. I only had the Glorilla feature on there.
Oh, we like that, though.
I liked it, too. I left it on there, but I'm saying I want to add like 4 or 5 more artists on my...
Okay, when do you anticipate that coming out?
Well, the music's done. I'm just waiting on them to get back to me type stuff. So it's going to be some surprises on there. It's going to drop end of July, I guess.
Jello Ball is joining us right now. XXL freshman Jello Ball, that is. All right, and I'm looking to see if you're wearing a ring.
Nah.
Okay, because I was going to say congratulations, but I wasn't sure. Nothing with that?
Nah, nothing with that.
Okay. So you happy? Everything's good?
Yeah, I'm cool. Everybody good for real.
Do you think there's misconceptions about you?
Very much so. Every one of them.
From what I hear, from what people say about you, they think you chill, they think you cool.
You for real?
They're laid back.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Sometimes they'd be like, he was high during this interview.
Nah, I don't be high like that.
So what are the misconceptions about you think?
I don't know. Probably anything bad you heard. You know?
You just perfect.
Nah, I ain't perfect, but I think different, I say. I don't think like the normal human being. So you're not going to relate or understand where I'm coming from. So don't even try to.
All right. Well, look, congratulations on everything. Waiting to hear when the album's going to come out. Congratulations on the XXL freshman list, too.
Thank you.
know, and it's great to see. Just having watched you from when you were younger to where you are now. You're the middle child, right? So,
yeah.
You know, there's a lot of theories about middle kids, too.
Yeah, I heard a couple. They be thinking we the outcasts or something.
You think that's true?
You know, I'm for sure getting called first to clean some up, to wash a whip, to move something. No cap. That's all. It's like one dude in the house. That's how my pops was coming. He like, Jello. I'm like, call one of them, bro. But I'll be like, yeah, I got used to it.
All right. Well, good to see. Well, thank you so much for coming through.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Jello Ball for joining us. And when we come back, we got your Yeetie. Let's talk about Peter Guns. He has responded to Amina, his ex-wife, saying that she is homeless, and she has responded to that response. It's Way Up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Me and Armand Wiggins are here.
What up?
And let's talk about French Montana first for Yee T. He was on Ra Ali's podcast, Sided with Ra Ali, and she asked a question that he didn't like, and he got out of there. Here's what happened.
But speaking of beefs, what's the status of things with Ross and Drake?
Homeless. Catch.
Hold it.
Touchdown. I'll be right back. I think I double parked my car outside.
Whoa. And then he didn't come back.
Listen, I ain't mad at Rob for asking the question. I mean, that's her job to get the question for the people. And whether he stayed and answered the question or walked out, she still got her moment. So you can't go on these podcasts and not think that people are going to want to know the tea.
I do think he could have just said, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because she asked about Drake and Rick Ross. And then remember, there was that live stream journalist that asked him about he was talking to friends about the Met Gala. He loved talking about fashion. And then asked if he spoke to Diddy recently. And then that's when things went left. And yeah, he, clearly at this time is like, I'm not talking about nothing I don't feel like talking about.
But you should probably tell them that.
And I don't know if he did. Because sometimes you do tell people, I don't want to talk about that. And they might, I don't know that that's true or not, but I'm saying sometimes that still happens anyway.
But let's be honest, like French Montana, we're going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
We want to know that. That's part of the reason why you're sitting up here.
I think part of the issue is learning how to answer questions you don't want to answer, right? There's a way to do it. And you can say, that's not something I care to discuss. Next question.
And you also have to understand there's give and take. You're coming on a platform because you want to promote something, and you got to give something back to the platform that's, we want something.
Right. Yeah.
Give us the tea.
Give us the tea.
That's why you here.
All right, now Peter Gunz has broken his silence after Amina, his ex-wife, says that she doesn't have a place to live with their kids. She lost their house in L.A. Because of financial issues. And, she went live and talked about that.
We don't have a home, y'all. We're in Germany with my family, and we're going to be here till I figure it out, because I will, as I always do. But the last couple of years have been so rough, working my butt off, not making enough money, end up losing my place.
Yeah, so
yeah,
issues there. Now, we told you yesterday, Peter Gunz said he was going to go live at 1.
And did.
And he was there with Godfrey. Shout out to my guy, Godfrey. He's in the middle he's in the thick of it. And here's what Peter Gunz had to say.
I have an apartment in Dallas. I said, Amina, just go stay in Dallas. What am I going to do in Dallas? Live rent free? I send Amina thousands every month. It's just that she wasn't able to hold her side. I had no idea that she was going to leave thinking that she was homeless. I bought a round trip ticket. They come back on the 23rd of August. I feel so up. I feel a little betrayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing as far as financially being supportive, saying that you could live in this house with the kids.
Yeah.
The kids are beautiful, by the way.
Beautiful family. Oh my God, they're gorgeous.
Yeah. All right. Now here's what Amina had to say after Peter Gunz went live.
He hasn't always been the best, but I have to point out he's been holding us down, and I'm very thankful for him. Everything in my life is great. I take care of myself. I'm mentally and physically in the best shape I've ever been. I just don't got no money. And no, he did not make me post this.
I just don't got no money.
And I respect her for that because, Peter doesn't have the best reputation. So people on the internet were ready to drag him. And she was like, it ain't him. He's doing his thing. It was me. I just ain't got no money. But I didn't do this for that, you guys. So, pipe down. And I respect it.
He's also concerned that her being in Germany, is she going to be able to get back in the country?
Ooh.
With Trump in office?
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, under the radar, these are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. And speaking of Trump, we got to give you some updates there. Oh, my goodness. It's way up.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Armand Wiggins. Don't get me in nothing today, please.
Listen, you did it.
Well, let's talk about these stories right now. Supreme Court has now allowed states to cut off Medicaid money to Planned Parenthood. This ruling was made actually today as Republicans are trying to defund Planned Parenthood. And I always have to stress this. Planned Parenthood does not just do abortions. That's the smallest fraction of the services that they provide. But in their head, Planned Parenthood equals abortion.
I don't know. I just feel like when I was growing up, Planned Parenthood was a very pivotal part of my life, just being as a gay male. I would get tested a lot there. And when I didn't want to tell my parents and things that I was going to get tested, Planned Parenthood would be a place where I would go get tested, and I didn't want it to show up on my insurance and things like that. So Planned Parenthood was a big part of my childhood, like trying to grow up as a young adult. So I don't like that.
I mean, they do all kinds of things. Cancer screenings.
Yeah.
They do pregnancy testing. They do contraception. And in general, by the way, public health care money can't be used to pay for abortions. So Medicaid patients go to Planned Parenthood for other needs because it can be hard to find a doctor that takes publicly funded insurance. And so this is going to just be yet another obstacle, and that's just because of the perception of it to them.
Yeah, and I just feel like every few years Planned Parenthood is under attack, and I just feel like we need those resources.
Yeah, so that's a shame. But anyway, sales of new homes have tanked in the month of May. So there's a 3-year high of supplies. Sales of new single-family homes dropped over 13% compared with April. And they're saying that they expect May new home sales, everything is down right now. So.
Yes, they are. I mean, this is a good time to buy, though. No?
Well, interest rates are high. That's why people are kind of holding off. But you do have a little more leverage as a buyer, but then people are thinking about the interest rates and, where they're at right now with that.
But can you refinance
it's about
later?
7%. Yeah, and some people would suggest that you do that. Like, you might as well go ahead, do it, refinance later. But refinancing also does cost money when you close on that as well. And so I think, people are just trying to figure it out because the prices of the homes are still kind of high, but I think you have more leverage now to negotiate.
Right.
People used to put in have to put in an offer above what the price was and then be, bidding against people. So that's down. I would say it's easier in that case. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. Now, we do have Ashanti and Nelly joining us later for their show that's out today. We Belong Together. Also, we have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. Yes. Armand Wiggins is here.
Let's go.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee,
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Of course, Armand Wiggins is here with me today.
Yes, and I'm having a good time. I love when I come up here.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
We love this. And well, let's get into some of this Yee T. So you were like, Jim Jones talking about Nas. You're like, why is this a big deal?
Yeah, because I'm like, is it really that serious?
Well, Jim Jones was on Backfield and said that you will never see Nas go viral like this. Here's what he said.
What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Now, has Nas reached out to you?
You did. The last time he was in some like this, when people were comparing, when him and Jay was beating on him.
Say that.
You heard?
Have you spoken
Semantics
to
of
Nas
it.
since the whole thing?
Nas.
Okay.
Huh? I don't know Nas to have a conversation with him. You don't have a conversation, we can have that too and like that. You dig? Like, I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't think that Nas is the type that really cares to go viral, though. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, I feel like Nas, if anything, be trying to stay out the way.
Yeah.
You know how few people have an interview with Nas? You know what? When I worked at Sirius, I interviewed Nas. First of all, he was super late. And then I remember, I tried to ask a question about, maybe it was Khalees or whatever at the time, and his security tapped me. Like, he do not be talking about his personal life. He don't even like attention. He got the Sweet Chicks restaurants. I think the last time I saw him was at Sweet Chick in L.A.
Yeah.
And yeah, he be minding his business, staying out the way, not talking too much. You don't see him really on the blogs.
And I think that's what adds to his allure, because I feel like if we heard from him, we wouldn't probably like him. Like,
and
if
he had a
talked too
song
much-
with allure.
Yeah.
Had to say that. But yeah, so, and, to be clear, when he did Ether back in the day, we didn't have social media for that to go viral the way that it
Very
would have.
true.
That would have been a huge moment. So I'm shocked, though, that Jim Jones doesn't know Nas, really. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they would have.
But I like Jim Jones too. But
Yeah.
he's entertaining. But I just think they're two different worlds right now. Maybe Jim Jones is living for social media. Nas really doesn't have to do that.
Wow, that felt shady.
It wasn't shady, but it's the truth, right? I mean, Nas, you hear about his legacy
I think Jim Jones, a lot of stuff that he does, like investment wise, he brings it to us. Nas quietly invests in things like behind the scenes and makes all this money, but doesn't really talk about it.
Right, but a lot of us only know Jim Jones from Love and Hip Hop.
Don't do that.
But it's true.
He was in Dipset. He's a solo artist.
But
Yeah. All right, now, Krishan Rock, she said that she is going to get that Blueface portrait off of her face. When she was on Lip Service, here's what she said.
I was thinking about a cover up.
For your tattoo?
Mm-hmm. I'm taking my time with it. Mm-hmm. But I already kind of put things in place.
So you have an appointment. That's going to be a few sessions, probably.
Yeah.
I think you should laser it.
Well, looks like you took Gigi's advice. Here's Krishan talking about getting that tattoo lasered off her face.
I'm getting my removal tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll be streaming it. Go follow my journey of letting go my past.
Oh, it's always been, such a struggle. Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying, like, for her, it feels like she tries and then she slides back and then she's, like, really making an effort to, put things behind, but it's just something.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy as heck to even put that on your face like that. To plaster that man's face on you like that was crazy. I don't know, but what's she going to do with the other 8 tattoos that she's got?
The one on the face is the most important one.
Yeah, that was nuts.
All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Call us up. Any question you have, we got some advice for you. That's 800-292-5150. Me and Armand are here. We got you. It's Way Up.
Here I go.
Hey, everybody, access.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Armand Wiggins. You ready to get some advice?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Well, today for Ask Yee, we have Alicia on the line. Hey, Alicia.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's your question for us?
I've been dating a guy for the past 9 months, and we initially started off the relationship as we didn't want anything serious. We're just having fun. Through these 9 months, things have progressed. Feelings have gotten involved. We're still not exclusive, and I brought up the conversation that I'm maybe looking for more than what we have. And he's like, just be patient. Let's see how things go. But my question is, am I being dumb and naive to think that something can transpire from this? Or should I just walk away and move on?
So you're not seeing anybody else?
I'm not, but he is.
See, that's where it comes in. And so you're not liking that. So originally it was no strings attached, but now 9 months later, you have feelings for him.
And he has feelings for me as well.
Is this hesitation that he just really doesn't want to be tied down? And that's very honest of him if that's what he's telling you, because he could be lying.
That's one thing about us. We are definitely both honest, and that's what I appreciate about our relationship, whatever this is.
Right, your situationship. Listen, if you're not getting what you want out of this and you've told him what it is that you need and he's not willing to do that, then it might be a sign that either A, you have to be okay with the situation, which you're not, or B, maybe it is time for you to not be in a monogamous relationship with someone who's not in a monogamous relationship with you.
Okay, that's understandable.
And you can't force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. And so if you're not okay with it, you don't have to be okay with it.
And also, I think it's the situation of, girl, if he already got somebody else and talking to you for 9 months, when he get with you, he going to be doing the same thing. The way you get him is the way you're going to lose him. So he's going to find somebody else and be cheating on you and telling her that he probably don't really want to be with you, but they just trying to get it, trying to figure his way out. So you will be that girl.
And I want to say one more thing. Maybe leaving him is the only way he'll realize what he has. Because sometimes that's also like man, I miss her so much. You know what? Maybe this is what I want. Because sometimes people don't know what they have till it's gone. And if they can still continue, he can still continue to be with you, do what he wants, even though you might be, complaining about it here and there, but he still knows you're there. He'll take that for granted. But sometimes if somebody really wants you and you leave, he'll try to get you back.
That makes the most sense.
Dr. Angela in the building.
That part. I appreciate your help and an outside perspective on everything.
All right. Well, thank you for calling and good luck. I hope it does work out for you.
Yes. Well, thank you.
All right. Take care. Oh, and speaking of which, when we come back, Nelly and Ashanti are going to be joining me, and their show, We Belong Together, is out right now on Peacock. So you can watch that. But we'll be talking about the two of them, their new show. Ashanti, who said she would never do reality television, she's on it. It's Way Up.
Everybody, listen. Yeah.
It's what y'all been waiting for.
You're tapped into Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It is Way Up with Angela Yee, and look who's here in the building. Nelly and Ashanti. The show, y'all belong together for real. Just even sitting here having this conversation with you guys. New show is on Peacock.
Yeah.
And this is something that people never thought that Ashanti would do. You said you wouldn't do reality TV.
I definitely said I would never do it.
So what happened? Tell me how this even was like a conversation that you gave into.
He thought it was a great idea. Obviously, I had my reservations. I'm a little more private when it comes to these kind of things, and he had already done this before. And when he explained it and put like the business spin and perspective on it, I was just like, okay, we're married. I gotta be a team player. We're a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I'm down. Let's do it.
Now that y'all are married, what's different?
I let her yell at me a lot more.
I can't even
That
see
is
that.
not true.
What?
I can't even. I can't even envision
Thank
that.
you, Angie.
When she yells, it probably sounds like a song.
It's just like, babe.
I will give New York women their credit. Y'all hang in there, but y'all stick together. It's just rain, hail, sleet, or snow.
So
boy.
KK's growing up in New York.
And right now?
Yeah, he
'cause
okay.
Till he got to go outside.
He can go
promise
outside
you,
in New York.
If he was outside in New York, she'd be out the window. I can hear his friends now. Your mama called.
It's funny because I think for you, Ashanti, as a new mom, leaving KK with Nelly is also nerve-wracking too.
And correct that. Right now, she don't leave him with me.
Ever?
To go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
To go to the bathroom, she don't trust me. Like, I mean, I've only got like 6-8 kids. You know what I'm saying? That have made it through this life. I've never
Isn't
lost
it crazy?
a child.
Your kids are grown.
You know what I
Your
mean?
kids are grown.
I've never lost a child.
Stop it.
You know what I mean?
But you
Like,
dropped them. Everybody done dropped the baby at some point.
No, the baby fell.
Oh, see?
I've never dropped her.
I feel like that's at some point you gonna drop that.
Oh, God. I don't even want to talk about that.
Right now, I am talking to Nelly and Ashanti about their show that's out. We Belong Together on Peacock right now. Now, listen, we got to. Y'all have been revisiting that hug.
Oh God.
Yeah.
At Versus. I had to go back and see who was like, because you did do a little extra back rub. I did see it, Ashanti.
And come
I'm
on.
your side,
That,
but
no.
I did see
The
little-
back rub was the same rub that you give in church. That's it. It wasn't like, it wasn't like a...
But you wouldn't have made that move first. He had to come over to you.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
never would have made the move first. No.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. That's understandable. It's just like the first time, the first go round. I made the move.
But you knew
common
Ashanti
heads.
was going to be there.
Yeah, I did. How could she not be there? It's
No,
Fat
I'm saying
Joe and
you
Ja Rule.
knew she was going to be there. She did not know. You didn't know he was going to be there, right?
I
Yeah,
told
she knew
Joe
I was gonna be
I
there.
was going to beat him up.
She knew I was going to be
You-
there. It was a.
I
it was
did
a
not
once-
know.
It was a.
Absolutely not. I said, Joe, why you ain't call me and tell me?
Who did you go there with?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It wasn't anybody that I was in a relationship with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We was hanging out. I don't owe her nothing.
No, but still.
She was in a relationship.
Oh, okay. Well. How did you break that off?
I don't think that had anything to do with it.
Yeah, it was just...
No, I mean in general.
But
Like
the
how...
writing was on the wall.
Oh,
Nah, let me just go on. Go
It
ahead.
was just time, Things run its course.
So it had nothing to do with...
Yeah, it was just done.
Because being in a relationship and then that hug happens and then you see the little back rub, I'll be like,
Oh
yeah,
my
no, she better.
God, Ange, what are you doing?
Wow,
I
yeah.
said that was the church pack.
Nelly and Ashanti are here. We Belong Together debuted on Peacock today. Make sure you check it out. We got more with the very happy couple. When we come back, it's Way Up.
Yeah, what's happening?
You want to know my name?
Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn me on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I am talking to Nelly and Ashanti about their reality show, We Belong Together on Peacock. The first time you guys said, okay, let's get together, what did y'all do and what was that like?
She was waiting on me, man.
Good night. What's not? That is not
Who initiated,
true. He initiated everything.
Period.
He tried to fly me out on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day, that is a huge statement.
And he took me shopping.
Okay, period. We like that.
Then wait, hold on. I ain't gonna say the number, but he was like, "Well, you ain't my girlfriend yet, so you only get this much." I said,
You put a limit?
Yeah, you got to put a limit. You can't.
It wasn't better.
You can't get. You can't get.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
You can't.
I feel like if you push, you could have even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was trying to hit.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to hit.
And I was trying to figure out, do we stay in the same bed? Do we,
Ooh,
you know what I'm
see
saying?
the things that go on in different...
I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
she knows.
Yeah. Okay, so he flew you out on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Took you shopping.
We had an amazing time.
Flew you out to where?
Vegas.
Okay.
I didn't know how I was going to feel. He didn't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? I do know that when we did get to the room, it was just like, oh my God. I still had these feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like things were just coming back.
What was he wearing when you walked in? He had a robe on?
No, if we keep it at 100, he was at the poker table because we were in the casino in Vegas.
Right now, I am talking to Nelly and Ashanti about their show that's out. We Belong Together on Peacock right now. Was it a passionate night or were y'all up all night talking?
I don't know. I was trying to hit.
Listen, and it is going viral. You talking about him, so.
Oh, man. I mean,
I was trying to hit. Angela, I was trying.
Yeah,
she gave you your props. She gave you your props.
It was definitely. Did I just down my ex?
Ooh. And you him down. Let's be clear.
Reverse. See what I'm saying?
So then, what were the thoughts the next day? Like when you wake up and you guys was it like this is just what?
I don't think either of us knew what was going to happen. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? We'll just see what happens. It's not like we were planning something or trying to map something out. We were talking and we were kind of just taking it day by day. Yeah.
You say boomerang. I woke up like Eddie Murphy. She was putting on her sneakers. I was like, you gonna call me? Like, you gonna call me? She was like, oh, that was so relaxing.
That was so, thank you
I'm
so
out of
much.
here.
I'll see you later.
I'll have my mom coordinate a day with you. I was like,
oh my God, not the mom. Did you have to have a conversation with your mom just to, did Nelly have to be like, so things are different?
I mean, I conversation with everybody, I have no problem. I think me and her pops have always been straight.
Okay.
Now, that don't mean that he's not in his daughter's corner always and forever. That's understood. But I probably wouldn't see him coming. I'm going to see Momager coming.
Right.
Because she coming and she, you mother! You know what I mean? So I think that was a little bit easier to initiate that conversation.
Nelly and Ashanti are here. Now, normally when we come back, you guys would have the last word, but we're having such a good time. We got more questions, so we got more with them when we come back. It's Way Up.
Let's go.
Turn me up. Here we go again.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. Normally, this would be last word, but because Nelly and Ashanti have their new show, We Belong Together on Peacock right now, they are taking over, so let's get into it. Now, let's talk about household responsibilities, because Ashanti, is this your first time, living with somebody, a man, or have you done that before?
To this extent, yes.
Okay. Now, when you guys talk about finances, did y'all have a discussion okay, let's talk about how we going to do this?
We have our own money.
Okay. No, because
I got my own money. Yeah. He has his own money.
So you keep it separate.
We do. We have our separate money. We have our stuff together.
Yeah.
And it's he's already a gentleman and a man, so he's already very generous.
Yeah. New music, Ashanti, because I know you've been talking about some new music too.
Called you up.
Mm-hmm.
So excited about it. I shot the video in Bermuda.
Okay.
So I'm excited for everybody to hear. Is this a true Ashanti R&B record? So
what's that about?
She called me up. I'm just saying.
That's what it feels like.
It
and then when y'all put it together, because I know y'all got those collabs coming.
She made the first move.
Oh, get out of here.
It's about her originally making the move.
Oh, absolutely
was
not.
Was your number the same?
My number was not the same. It's not the same. My DJ actually gave him my number.
Oh, did he ask you first?
No. And that's the
violation.
It's super violation. He was like, I took the risk. I took the risk,
so you
Sean.
texted her and said, hey, it's...
No, you know what his first text was?
What?
The high emoji. The black one. The man.
I didn't want to make him the yellow guy. You know what I'm saying?
And you hit back.
I hit back.
And said what?
The brown one.
Who's this? No.
Oh, he would have been hot if I hit him with the who's
Which
this?
Nelly?
Yeah, see, you got to play too much. I'm out.
Nelly Furtado?
Right, Nelly Furtado. Is this a Canadian number, Nelly?
But beautiful to see. I think, for a lot of people, it is inspirational. I've been looking at what everybody has to say and how people are like, man, this about to make me go back, but it's not for everybody. Like you said earlier.
No. But don't be afraid neither to at least have a conversation. It's all about, does the good outweigh the bad? Because you think that this is a deal breaker, but it's may not be a deal breaker because you could probably put up with that and not put up with this.
Isn't it nice to not be outside too?
Yeah, it's hot as hell out there.
Period.
Period. Definitely.
Sorry, I can't help it. Well, thank y'all so much. And you guys, again, it's on Peacock now. Make sure you check out Nelly and Ashanti. We belong together. And we're looking and checking for some new music. I know y'all got some new music together on the way, right?
Oh, together. I thought you said
right?
We working. We'll see what happens.
Well, get that money with your man. Yes, your lady. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
You can watch that full interview with Nelly and Ashanti on my YouTube channel, Way Up With Yee. And have a great day. We are following this Diddy trial. We'll have some updates for you on that tomorrow. But in the meantime, y'all have an amazing rest of your day. See you on Friday tomorrow.